clinicians, welcome to Monday afternoon. Oh my gosh, how has that happened? Well, it has, because Monday follows Sunday, afternoon follows morning. Here we are on a Monday afternoon. Or if you're somewhere else in the world, maybe it's still Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, or if you're in New Zealand, actually it's still afternoon in New Zealand. So yay, whew, that's pretty cool. Hey, wanted to share with you today how I reframed one word in a sentence that I was saying to myself that took me from a place of being completely overwhelmed to going, that's cool. As I've talked about a lot in the past, I was the overwhelmed queen. I lived in a place of overwhelm. I thought that that was normal. It's not, and it's not helpful. Overwhelm to me is very much akin to anxiousness. It's very much akin to not looking after yourself. Overwhelm tends to tip me into a place of scarcity, not necessarily around money, but there's not enough time, there's not enough time, there's not enough time. Overwhelm is not just a cognitive thing that happens in my brain. It's not just a thought. It's also lots of emotion and lots of different behaviors. And those behaviors are often quite pressured. They leave me being snappy and judgmental and irritable because I've got all this pressure building up inside of me because I'm feeling overwhelmed. Really fun person to be around when I'm overwhelmed. Yay, let's do that, shall we? That's when I usually try and be incredibly helpful for the people I love in my world by giving them one-word answers and they all think I've offended them. But I'm being helpful, people, when you get a one-word answer from me. Just understand that that's Joe being pressured or overwhelmed. Anywho, I woke up really early this morning, wasn't feeling great. And I was going, oh my God, there's so much to do. So much to do. Anyone else ever had those thoughts go through their head? There is so much to do. And for me, when I start saying that to myself, I very quickly run to a place of, oh my God, my business is going to fall in a heap. I'm going to lose my reputation. I'm going to be embarrassed, and then life is not going to be worth living. So there's a few ways we get there, but that's essentially what happens for me. It's like, that's it. I'm going to be homeless. My husband's going to leave me, catastrophizing all over the world. Hey, Priscilla, so lovely to see you too. So overwhelm for me sets off this chain reaction of thoughts and feelings and behaviors. Not helpful. So the thought that I was having this morning, and I've written notes because it's easier for me to deal with that, was there's so much to do. There's so much to do. Now, it was sparked by the fact that it feels like referrals are really low in my business at the moment, and cash flow is incredibly low at the moment. So no wonder I'm feeling this pressure, right? Who wouldn't be feeling this pressure? Then I am struggling to work full time at the moment. Well, in fact, I'm not working full time at the moment. So I've only got partial capacity to do all of the things. So of course, then there's more pressure to feel overwhelmed at the moment. And I don't know if many of you are feeling overwhelmed just by all of the stories that you hear all day, all of the emotions that you're being exposed to all day, all of the conflict that's coming up all day, all of the sense of, when did the world become such a nasty place? All day, every day. So I think overwhelm is really easy for us to feel safe, but then really quickly go into a sense of overwhelm. So what I saw happening with me today was, hang on a minute, you don't have to do it all today. You don't have to do all of it if you don't want to. You've got choice in this. And then I went, wait, hang on a minute, choice? Whoa. So most of us chose to go into private practice because we wanted freedom and flexibility. That is the thing I hear all the time. In fact, one of the first things I ever wrote about it that you can still get on my website is called How to Find Freedom in Your Private Practice. We all want to feel free, yet we all know the myth that we start doing the things and the stuff and all of a sudden we feel a little bit tied to, a little bit hard to extrapolate ourselves from, and all of a sudden this thing that was going to provide us so much freedom and flexibility feels a bit uncomfortable, like a chain around our throat or a very heavy woolen jacket. So when I changed that, there's so much to do, to wow, look at all the things I could do, it just totally changed my physiology. And from my physiology, I was able to reduce the pressure inside of my brain, and it just totally turned off that self-talk. So all day today, I have been practicing, what else could I do? What else could I do? what else could I do? So instead of going, oh my gosh, I've only got an hour more of work in me before, things start to go bad. What am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? What am I going to get done? It's like, oh, what can we do now? Now, this requires you to have a level of insight into knowing what are the things that you can do? What are the things that only you can do? And then what is the right thing for you to do right now that's going to get you from where you are now to where you want to be? So it's not just as simple as flibbity-gibbiting all over the place. I am not suggesting that we give into shiny thing syndrome. That is not going to help you. What I do want to do is let you know that if you are feeling overwhelmed by all the things on your to-do list, it's actually showing you how much choice you have. You have a choice to do all of those things. You have a choice to be in private practice. You have a choice to get things under control. You have a choice to do your marketing. You have a choice to write a blog. You have a choice to go and have a marketing meeting with someone. You have a choice to take on another client. There is nobody telling you what you must do right now. And if there is, what's gone a bit screwy? Oh, you got booted off the video. That doesn't make me happy. I can't control Facebook, Priscilla. I'm sorry about that. Hello, Linda. Maybe I should control Facebook. I'll look out and we'll have lightning. So I want you to come back and start thinking, if you've got that, pressure in your head around, I've got so much to do, so much to do, so much to do. Let's just take a step back and go, wow, if I was working for anyone else, I wouldn't have these choices. In my agency job, I didn't get a chance to learn how to do marketing and sales. I didn't get a chance to take people on a buyer's journey before they started working with me. I didn't have the opportunity to look at how I was going to use psychology in everyday life, like marketing and sales. Didn't understand my money stories. None of this stuff is likely to have come up for you if you didn't go into private practice. So we've created this burden by our desire for wanting choice. Now, there's a tension that I'm pretty sure we're not all familiar with, and it's probably fairly darn uncomfortable. Debbie Simmons, you're still awake. That is very nice. It is nice to see you twice in a day. I can't do all my things in a day, and that's a part of my problem. Is I set these tasks that I want to get completed, and because I've thought about them, for some bizarre reason, it's like it goes from a thought to it should be completed by now. And I forget about the process or the journey or the things that need to be done to get you from A to B. And maybe it's wisdom because, I'm closer to 50 than 40 these days. Maybe it's just like you can't actually get from A to B without going through whatever you need to go through to get from A to B. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. I've tried to jump over the things and it never goes well. Anywho, that is my message for today. Now, I have a bit of a different week happening this week. So I have got some guest This is Private Practice episodes coming up over the next couple of days. And I'm not going to tell you who they are. You're just going to have to turn up and find out. But we had so much fun with the previous episodes. I thought I would go and ask a couple of people to provide me with some episodes. I've given them some subjects to talk about. Both two people have gone, really? You want me to talk about that? Okay. So we'll see how well. They'll do a great job. And I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. So I probably won't see you here live again until my Friday. So until then, you know what to do. Go be your awesome self.